The painful part wasn't losing her. It was watching her smile while another man slipped a ring onto her finger, only to discover she had married the biggest fraud she'd ever met. Meanwhile, the man her family called broke, was the heir to a fortune they never imagined. This isn't just a story about money. It's a story about pride, family, betrayal, and the price people pay when they judge someone before knowing the truth. Most people assumed I came from an ordinary family. Technically, that was my own fault. Not because I pretended to be poor. I never lied about who I was. I simply never talked about my family. 5 years earlier, my relationship with my father had fallen apart. He believed I should immediately take over the family business. I wanted to build my own life first. Our arguments became louder. Eventually, I moved out. I rented a modest apartment, bought a reliable used car, and accepted a management job in another logistics company without using my family name. I wasn't struggling. I earned enough to live comfortably. But compared to the wealthy neighborhood where my parents lived, my lifestyle looked average. I preferred it that way. Peace mattered more than luxury. Life was a routine. That's when I met Jennifer. She was funny, kind, easy to talk to. For nearly a year, I believed she loved me for who I was. Then I met her family. Everything changed. The moment I entered their house, her father sized me up from head to toe. Simple clothes. Modest watch. Old simple car outside. He had already decided my value. Dinner barely started before the questions came. So, William, what do you do? I manage operations. Which company? I answered honestly. He nodded without interest. And your parents? They own a business. What kind? We're not very close. That was enough. His expression instantly changed. Oh. To him, that meant one thing. No connections. No inheritance. No future. Over the following months, every visit became another reminder that I wasn't good enough. Her mother constantly compared me to wealthy men. Her brother joked that Jennifer deserved someone who could upgrade her lifestyle. Her father openly asked how long it would take before I could afford a decent house. Every insult came disguised as concern. At first, Jennifer defended me. But slowly, she stopped. Instead, she began asking questions. When are you going to earn more? Don't you want a better car? My friends' boyfriends are buying houses. Those conversations became more frequent. The warmth in our relationship slowly disappeared. One evening, her father announced exciting news. I've invited someone to dinner next week. Who? Jennifer asked. Victor. The businessman. Her father's face lit up. He owns luxury car dealerships. He owns investment properties. He comes from a wealthy family. He'd make an excellent husband. The room became strangely quiet. Then her mother smiled. Unlike some people. Everyone looked at me. Including Jennifer. Victor arrived the following weekend wearing an expensive tailored suit. Luxury watch. Sports car. Perfect manners. He looked like success. Her family practically worshipped him. Every sentence praised his achievements. Every joke made me feel smaller. Finally, her father said something that changed everything. I wish my daughter had met a man like Victor first. Nobody objected. Not even Jennifer. That night I asked her one simple question. Do you agree with them? She stayed silent. I don't know. Those 3 words hurt more than any insult. A few weeks later, her parents made their intentions clear. They wanted Jennifer to marry Victor. She resisted at first. She cried. She told me her parents were forcing her. They said they'll never accept you. I'll convince them. You don't understand. They think you'll never become successful. I don't care. I do. Her answer broke my heart. The pressure became unbearable. Her parents threatened to cut ties with her. Her brother kept reminding her how comfortable life with Victor would be. Her relatives joined in. Everyone repeated the same thing. Love doesn't pay bills. Eventually, she gave up. She came to my apartment one rainy evening. She couldn't even look me in the eyes. I'm sorry. My parents won't accept us. So you're choosing them? I'm choosing peace. No. You're choosing money. She didn't deny it. Instead, she quietly removed the promise ring I had given her. Placed it on my table. And walked away. Without looking back. 3 months later, she married Victor. The wedding was extravagant. Luxury venue. Designer dresses. Expensive decorations. Social media called it the wedding of the year. I wasn't invited. Which was fine. Some chapters are better left unread. Life moved on. Unexpectedly, my father called. It was the first time we'd spoken properly in years. I was wrong. Those words caught me completely off guard. I pushed you away. I cared more about business than my own son. I'm sorry. For the first time since leaving home, we talked like father and son. Not rivals. Over the following months, we slowly repaired our relationship. Eventually, he asked me to return home. Not as an employee. As family. This time, I accepted. Returning home also meant returning to the family company. Only now, people finally learned my real surname. Business magazines published interviews. Industry leaders congratulated my father. Photos of us together spread online. Suddenly, the world discovered that the ordinary operations manager everyone ignored was the only heir to one of the country's largest logistics empires. News traveled quickly. Especially to Jennifer's family. The same people who rejected me suddenly couldn't believe what they were reading. Her father read the article 3 times. Her mother thought it was fake. Her brother searched my name online. Every result confirmed the same truth. William, the man they mocked, had always been wealthy. He simply lived separately because of a family disagreement. Not because he was broke. Before they could even process that shock, another disaster struck. Victor's empire collapsed. Banks seized several assets. Investors filed lawsuits. Luxury cars disappeared overnight. Creditors lined up outside his office. Everything people admired had been borrowed. The mansion, mortgaged. The cars, leased. The designer lifestyle, funded by enormous debt. Victor had spent years pretending to be rich. When Jennifer confronted him, he finally admitted everything. I thought one big investment would fix it. It never did. Instead, the lies became bigger. Debt piled higher. Eventually, everything fell apart. The hardest truth came afterward. Her father realized he had destroyed his daughter's future by judging a man's value based entirely on appearances. The wealthy son-in-law he proudly chose was bankrupt. The man he rejected had never needed anyone's money. Months later, there was a knock on my office door. I looked up. It was Jennifer. She looked exhausted. Nothing like the cheerful woman I once knew. I'm sorry. Really? I made the biggest mistake of my life. You did. My parents pressured me. They did. But I still made the choice. She lowered her head. I should have stayed. Yes. But you didn't. A week later, her parents requested a meeting. For the first time, they came to my office instead of inviting me to their house. Her father couldn't even meet my eyes. I owe you an apology. You do. I judged you without knowing you. You judged my lifestyle. You judged my relationship with my father. You judged my future. I was wrong. Yes. You were. He sighed deeply. I thought Victor would give my daughter security. You chased appearances. I know. I destroyed her happiness. No one argued. Because everyone already knew the truth. As I watched them leave, I didn't feel satisfaction. Only sadness. Not because Jennifer married someone else. But because an entire family sacrificed love for the illusion of wealth. Today, my relationship with my father is stronger than ever. We rebuilt our family. Together, we continue growing the business. But the greatest lesson had nothing to do with money. Money didn't ruin my relationship. Greed did. Pride did. The obsession with status did. If Jennifer had trusted her own heart instead of listening to people chasing appearances, our story might have ended very differently. Instead, she married a man who pretended to be rich. While leaving behind the man everyone falsely believed was poor. Life has a way of exposing every lie. Sometimes sooner. Sometimes later. But always eventually. So never judge someone's worth by the car they drive. The watch they wear. Or the house they live in. Because appearances can be rented. Luxury can be borrowed. Status can be faked. But character. Character is the one thing no amount of money can ever buy.